Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, core of the earth. Doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you want to be a bird.
Today's video is going to be slightly different, so bear with me. Especially watch it to the end. You'll understand a little few bits and bobs, more towards my nature, me as a person, and certain things. I think a lot of people still don't get me. They still don't get me, right? Especially a lot of people in the financial or in the institutions, in the traditional markets. You know, I get a lot of people coming up to me and trying to show who they are, what they are in the traditional markets, in the stock market, in the forex market. And we know it all. Too many people, we know more than you do. You know, I get this attitude from people like, we're the boss, we know exactly what's going on, we know exactly what to do. Too many experts. You know what, sometimes you know too much for your own good. When it comes to crypto, it's a whole different ballgame. We don't give a damn about your traditional investments. We don't give a damn about your traditional stuff. We are crypto, right? We are Bitcoin all the way to the moon, right? In fact, as you can see, I've got the planet right behind me. So watch the video to the end. You'll probably like it.
A few requests, but just before we get to there, let's look at the overall market right now. Something I'm not happy about is the volume coming into Ethereum and Bitcoin. Really not happy about that. If you also look at the total volume that we've got over the 24 hours, again, this is very bad. Okay, it doesn't really look that good. Obviously, we've got a lot of scam coins coming out, and that's what's holding all the volume. So alts are seeing movements, not as great. We need to see some more movement, some more funds coming in. So far, the dominance is just holding up. Clearly, Ethereum and BTC both holding up. So the other percentage that we have, which is approximately about 40%, is in the alts right now, and you can actually see that being reflected in the alts through the percentages. You can see what's happening. Cardano's pumping, everybody else is pumping. So alts are definitely holding up much better compared to Ethereum and BTC, and also Binance as well. Binance actually, even though it looks positive, still 43% down on the month. So we've got a long way to go. So just without any further ado, I'm going to go straight into the charts and give you the list that you guys have gave me. So somebody wanted Zcash. So we're looking at Zcash on a daily time frame, and Zcash has come back above the 200-day moving average, which is actually pretty good. You can see we had a massive support here, exactly as the SRC showed us, and it says that, you know, we're on an upward trend, which is actually good. And if I just switch off the SRC just for a second, you can see the 200-day moving average, this particular aqualine, is actually holding up very good. And we have a very lovely new trend line, you can technically say, and the thing is the wicks won't really show it, so I just put it here just for the sake of it and just show you what the trend line actually looks like. So it is trending up, and as long as we can hold all of this, we should be fine. Now if we add a Fibonacci here and just double check what the targets would be, so we can see we are trying to break above this 0236 Fibonacci level. Once we break above, we might see a little bit of resistance around these moving average days, because we've got the 100-day moving average, we've got the 50-day moving average. If we can go back above and bring it to this 2.40, which is currently at $40, is it $240, 0.5 Fibonacci, $240. So if we can get it to the $240 and break above that, come back into this zone, I think we should be okay. So other than that, it's looking good. I mean, market overall, everything is looking fairly bullish, I would say, after the big dips that we had. So I know a lot of people are using this and saying that the top is, you know, the market bottom is over. So right now we're moving back up. Technically, yes, but remember, nothing is confirmed unless we go back up to this level. Even forget that level, as long as we can go above this one candle, right? So the target should be 265, 270. So if we can go above the 270, we're back into the safety zone. So you got to understand this, and I'm going to do this overall on all the coins as well, so you'll understand what it is. So there's a specific candle that we need to go above, right? And this is that candle for this particular coin, which is Zcash. Quickly moving over to Cardano. Cardano's doing very good. It's holding. Let's have a look. We're on the daily. We're above the 100-day moving average, which is very good. We're also above the 50-day moving average, which is also very good. So far, everything's looking good. And I did tell you guys last time that we are looking to go to and test the $3. So this is the $3, $3.50 now it's showing up, and so far it's holding up very good, and it's actually formed a lovely little W. If you look at the drawing I'm about to do, 1 second, if you look carefully, it's actually formed a nice little W, and so far it hasn't confirmed yet, and I'll show you what I mean. See this candle here, this 185, so this $185, we have to go above that within the next few days. It doesn't matter, within the next few days, if we can go above the 185, this would be the neckline of the W. So this would be the neckline of the W, and as long as we are doing a higher high above this, we should be fine. So far everything's looking positive. Let's have a look and see what happens in the next few days. But remember, nothing's going to be over until we break these specific candles. And even then, this is the candle on this one. As you can see, again, same difference. This one candle, we need to go above this. So even when we do form a W, we break the neckline, we have to literally go to the $2.06 in order for us to confirm that we're moving back up again. So that's the confirmation we're looking for. We're on to Rune right now. Rune doing fantastic. I have shown you what Rune is doing, and Rune is playing very good. It held exactly on the 200-day moving average. This was the line we drew last time. It's held that very fine. And remember, we did the mathematics and we said, right, if we go straight from here, if we bought here and we go straight up to this particular candle, we're going to do approximately, currently showing at 276%, which will give us a $16 Rune, going back to the previous high, and then obviously we're going to go higher than that. And if we're now going to put a Fibonacci and try and say, okay, what's the Fibonacci predicting? Well, the Fibonacci is telling us that we have to go above this particular neckline, number one, and again, this candle, right, is the key right now. So this candle brings us close to the, what's that, $22, yeah, about $22. So basically back to the previous all-time high. That's what's going to confirm everything. But for now, as long as we can go above this $14.96, we should be okay. So have a look at this, make sure, keep an eye on this. This is a good opportunity. So anyone who bought it here, if you sold it here, you've got an opportunity here to buy again, climb it up again, because we are going to see these breakout moves when they do come in. Next one, Silica. Silica, we're on the daily again, holding very well. Again, same pattern, as you can see, same pattern. This is the key candle, right? So what you have to understand is where we were down here. So this is the candle we're looking for, and we need to break above this in order to confirm our W breakout, number one. So we need to go above this, what was it, 14 cents, and then we have to go above this one candle, which actually brings us closer to the golden pocket as well. So this candle, this 17-cent candle, is the one, the key for us basically to confirm that we are going up. So if anyone's buying down here, you're doing okay, because you're buying better prices than what you would have bought here. Remember, never buy on a green candle, try and buy it on a red candle. So this would have been a perfect buy opportunity, and then follow through. What's the next one? Somebody wanted Mana. I mean, Mana's on the next level. Obviously, Mana, we know, has already done 10x more. So anyway, let's have a look at Mana. Let's see where Mana, what it is doing. It's holding the old fibs as well. I'll just put a new fib on there anyway. Let's get rid of the old one. Right, we get rid of the old one, got the new one now. Again, same pattern. This is the candle, this is the key candle. We need to break above. Everything is falling within that range. As you can see, every single coin is showing the exact same pattern, right? So ultimately, I can easily just say, do you know what? Any one, if we just look at the one big coin, we'll see this pattern and we'll understand what's going on. Right now, again, this is actually quite solid. Means this particular Fibonacci line is telling us that that's the line we need to break above. If we can break above this, then we're not far from this one. It should be pretty easy to go up into the golden pocket and move forward. Moving on to the next one, you wanted to know about Cake. Cake has taken a big hit compared to most of the coins. As you can see, this was the launch of Cake. It took a nice little bash, almost came back down, all the way down to $9, which was not really that good. So I mean, Cake literally gave a massive discount, a massive discount, and Cake has a long way to go, right? A very long way to go. But again, even then, for Cake, it's very close. We need the W to confirm. We need it to be at $20.30, and then to confirm the upward trend, we need it at $27 again. And even if someone bought it, for example, if somebody bought it from this $27, right? and we go back to the all-time high, you're still making a nice little 68%. If someone bought it today, for example, and we are down here today, and if we bought it from here and we climb all the way back up to the all-time high, we're looking at 167% if we do buy. And that's just for anybody who's buying at spot price today, right now. You could potentially make that. Shiba's doing very good actually. So on the daily, as you can see, I mean, leave all the data, we've got so much data here. But what I'm looking at is this recent data. See, Shiba's been, created this low, which is fine. This was the lowest it created within the last few weeks. But if you look carefully, this diagonal line, it's been creeping up. Every day it's been creating a brand new higher low, right? So slightly higher than the previous one, slightly higher than the previous one. That's what it's been doing. And it's actually moving upwards. So it is following the market. It's a matter of when. Unfortunately, we can't really say what's going to happen. Again, this line, if you look at this, this is the neckline of this W break that we're looking for, right? So this would be the breakout. But this particular candle, right? This particular candle, which is the 0000 whatever 159. I'll actually put a line on there just so we can see, so you'll understand as well. So this particular candle, we have to go above this in order to confirm that the momentum is going to be moving upwards. So again, I hope this kind of makes sense. We're very close anyway, and every day we've been doing these lower highs, which is very good. Higher lows, which is very, very good. Let's move over to Ethereum quickly. Ethereum has been on a path similar to BTC, and you'll see that in a bit. So again, we're looking at the daily, and what we're seeing is basically creating this higher highs and higher lows as well, pretty much, right? Or actually, technically higher lows only. So if we get rid of this, we can see this, right? So these lows are actually slightly higher than the previous ones, and it's on an upward trend. It's following exactly what BTC. And again, if you look at the pattern, every one of these coins are showing the same pattern. For Ethereum, as you can see, same again. This is the neckline, right? The 2,997 is the neckline. We're very close. As soon as we do that, we're going to break out. And when we break out, I think this is the target we need to beat, the 3,446. And Ethereum, I don't think is going to stop. Once it breaks into this point, breaks above this particular line, it is definitely going to go and look for this particular part. So just watch out for it. It's going to be explosive. I mean, the moves, whatever moves we're going to see now on the upside are going to be explosive. But remember what I've been telling you. If you are looking and you're seeing these candles, just wait for these red candles, because what's going to happen is, regardless what direction we're moving upward, this line will be respected. So every time we go up, we are going to come back and touch these diagonal line, right? We are going to touch this upward trending line. So your buy orders should be along this line, right? Anywhere along this line. And I'll explain to you in a bit when I go into BTC. So for BTC, let me show you the macro, right? So we're going to try and show you some macro here. Right, we've got the growth curve, we've got the volume, right? So what I'm trying to show here is, look at this specific volume here. You see these dump volumes. These are liquidations and everything, massive dumps, right? We've got these massive dump candles, right? Volume, but we haven't had equal amounts of bullish volume there. And also remember what I told you, that if you look carefully, you can see that this is also a W, right? This is also a W. The 200-day moving average is the neckline. And if you guys remember, once upon a time, we drew this box, right? We drew this box and we said this is what the previous, the future low would be. Well, we're coming into this zone where we might actually create this future low. And this is, coincidentally, it turned out to be our a barrier, right? So this is what's our resistance now, right? So once upon a time, we predicted this would be our new low, and now this has become our new resistance, right? So you can see how it's played out. Again, for us to be confident, this is the one candle we need to go above. And coincidentally, if you look carefully, and I'll show you, this candle is the 50% of the logarithmic as well. So this same candle becomes the 50% of the logarithmic chart. Let me get rid of this, right? So just to show you, let's get rid of this, right? So you see this one candle here, this is the 50% of the Bitcoin logarithmic chart. This is where we need to go. But right now, this 200-day moving average is where we need to go above. A W breakout above this neckline, and the neckline itself, as you can see, is on the green line. So it's slightly above it, actually. It's the 40,817. So if we go above the 40,817, we should be seeing this upward momentum. Also, if I just put a temporary, so, sorry, wrong one. if I just put a temporary trend line, you can see how we've had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch points right now. It means that this is the trend line we're going to be following. So if you didn't buy here, don't worry, just put a buy order around this trend line here, any price around here on this trend line, you should be fine. And the breakout's going to happen. And once the breakout happens, I don't think we're going to be holding back to go back to the 45, 47, right? So give it a few days, it will do its thing. So let's look at the BTC right now. And this is a chart I've shown on the videos before as well. And as you can see, this is what we're talking about, the touch points, right? We're touching these points perfectly. We're holding support perfectly. Every time we go up, we're bouncing here, right? And one of the things you need to look at is, so let me go on a longer time frame just to show you what I'm trying to show here. So this was our high and this was our low, right? So we've got our high, our low, right? And just look at this and see what we're doing basically. So we've tried to break above this particular line. We struggled, we came back down again, we got rejected. But look how much of rejections we got, how many more rejections we got. But the upward trend line is holding. So if anybody wants to put a buy order, you put a buy order around these levels here, right? Again, and you just buy up the dips. These are going to be your temporary dips right now. So never buy here. You want to buy down here somewhere. And I'll show you that. I think I have another chart. Yes, I have another chart here. So this is a chart that I was using just the other day. I'm going to switch this off, right? Even going to switch this off because you don't need any of those things, right? What I want to show you is, so we made some predictions. We were sitting there, I was sitting with a brother and I was making some predictions. And I said to him, I said, look, put your buy order on these two lines, right? So if the number one fails, then buy at number two. And by the way, guys, this is not a financial advice. So please do understand, I'm not your financial advisor. This is only purely for education and entertainment. So what I said, this would be your first buy order. This would be your second buy order. If you are going to buy, use 50% there, use 50, and then 50% on the other one. So if I was to turn around and today do another one of these and I say, okay, what would be your buy price, all right? And if we put it on the daily, so we have to put it on the daily in order to see this buy price. So we say, okay, what's going to be today's or tomorrow's buy price? What's the price that we're looking at? All we do, we just take this particular candle and we say, right, let's try and put a line on it. And this, you see, and I'll show you what I mean by this. This exact location would be your support. You see, this would be your support. So this would be where the bounce would happen. So we know that this price here, 34,850, should possibly hit. Now, sometimes it might not do that. So we might say, okay, where do we put our secondary line and say, okay, what could be our secondary buying order? Well, check this out. This will become, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So this would be your next support, right? Which means that today, if we do close here, which is fine, which is a slightly higher low than this one, then tomorrow we could bounce on this one. So your buy orders should be along these lines, if that makes any sense, right? So I'm just hoping, I'm going to delete some of these lines. I just hope it makes kind of sense to you how we're predicting where the buy orders should be. So the buy orders should be around this line, around this line. These are the prices. You can see the prices marked there. I'll leave this chart on the public for you to see. Now, in order for us to confirm the bullishness, as you can see, this one candle here, this is the neckline. And now if I activate the SRC, you can actually see what I mean by this, right? This is a neckline, and if I take it down a few hours, all right, here you go, right? You can see here, just about zoom in to see it. See, this is a slight resistance, and this is on the neckline. So as long as we can break this small resistance, nothing, right? Then we should be shooting towards there, right? But it's a long way. Trust me, it's a long way. When you're looking at BTC and you understand BTC, I mean, for BTC, percentages are very, very important to understand. So just for the sake of it, if I was to put this here, and if you look, there's a 14%. So we need a 15% move on BTC in a single day in order for us to break this neckline. And once we do that, in order to confirm that we are going up, so for example, if we did it from today, right, if we go into the zone where we got the massive resistance, so you can see we need a 30% move in order to break this resistance. And even then, remember what I told you, that I am not fully confident unless I hit the 47. So I'll tell you I'll show you what I mean by that. So say if we were to buy here, we're going to face massive resistance around these Fibonacci and the thing, and that's all confluence for us. You can see we've got a 32% move from here to there in order for us to basically be confident, and then in order to go back into the golden zone and then fight around these little support resistance zones. So there's, as you can see, support not much, resistance a lot, because obviously we need to go back to the all-time high. That's the reason why. So just keep calm. Remember, your buy orders should be along these lines. I will happily leave this chart as it is so you guys could see it online and do whatever you need to. Now, if you watched it right to the end, then I am going to put some bonus content today. The bonus content is going to be my drive time video. So there are a little bit of info in this and that. Just watch the next segment. Okay, and I'll see you in the next part. Adios.
Guys, now that you've seen all the charts and everything, let's talk about some bonus stuff. But before we get there, like, share, subscribe. I don't know what you're doing, right? Let's grow the channel. Let's grow the community. Let's grow together, all right? Let's explode. So if you've done all of that, it's great. Okay, also remember all the links regarding the charts and everything, the public chart and everything, it's all down below, right? Everything about me is down below, right? Including all the disclaimers. I'm not a financial advisor, remember that, right? I don't get paid by you to do financial advice. That's a different story. Let's talk about what happened yesterday, right? So you guys got a brief update. I mean, it was like a fast one. I was literally in the car. I just uploaded it. I didn't do any description, nothing whatsoever, just to kind of tell the community what's going on. So obviously I met a bunch of people yesterday. Turns out they're not subscribers, but one of them has joined the group and I think is a subscriber now as well. But regardless of all of that, right? So we go there and I meet these kind of people, and you know, it's all good, right? So I have this ability, right? I read people. I read people, right? And I'm going there and I'm reading energy. And so I read one person and I'm like, okay, this guy looks okay, right? Don't know yet, let me verify him later, because you know I'm a data guy, so once I got the data I'll verify him later. Another guy didn't take too long for me to verify, so I was like, okay, this is my target, right? This is who I'm going to be talking with, right? So I'm talking away and I can see I'm going around the block, right? So it took a couple of hours eventually to come out of the block and basically, you know, get out of the woods and basically get to the point, right? And you know, I'm an honest guy, right? So I kind of said to the person, I said, look, I'm full of ego. I'm arrogant. And I'm full of ego. That's me being honest about myself. Now, why am I so arrogant and why am I so full of ego? Well, I'll tell you why I'm full of ego. Because everything you're claiming, everything you seem to be an expert of, everything you seem to know of, been there, done that. So, you know, I have my ego. I've made it. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you got to that level, right, and you meet someone and you see the desperation, you realize, well, hold on, is this person talking from his mouth or is this person talking from his ass? Excuse my language, but that's what it was, right? So I'm sitting there and I see these guys and it's just noise to me, right? You know, talking about billions and millions and whatnot, right? And I'm thinking, I don't care. And I actually said it to their faces. I said, I don't care. I don't care how many billions you got. I don't care how many millions you got. It's nothing to me, right? So that's my arrogance. Why? I'm in crypto. Us crypto guys, we don't give a damn about how much land you have. We don't give a damn about how many properties you have. We don't give a damn about how much money you got in there, right? Because the facts are something else. And I'm like kind of just soaking it up, right? I'm soaking it up. So anyway, listen, it's all good. The conversation's still going. Let's see, right? But from what I've gathered so far, I see inexperienced, right? I don't know what they are, right? I just heard speech, haven't seen anything yet. But I think they realize that, hold on, this guy's not here to bullocks us. You know, he's not here to bullshit us, full stop, right? So they realize that, and I could see the fear. I could see the fear. It's like, hold on, this is not a small player. This is a bigger player sitting here, right? And he knows his shit. You know, I think I've impressed them enough, right? And I only gave him a little bit, right? Obviously, the thing is they want to know more. It doesn't work like that, bro. So I'm sure one of the guys is probably going to be watching this. Great, no worries, yeah. But the point is, you know, you go out there, you weigh people, right? You can measure people and say what's going on, and you see all of this, and you kind of get yourself a nice little thing about who this person is and what this person's about. So one of them I've counted already. I've measured him up already. Happy days, bro. I know what you are, right? It's happy days, right? So the other fella, I'm actually still trying to figure this one out. So yeah, I'm gonna have a few more meetings. I'll see about it. Let's see. But they want to do a crypto project. Great. The plans or the ideas, or so far what I've gathered, right? It's like Elon wants to go to the moon and then go to the Mars. Fair play. These guys like want to go to the other side of the galaxy. And all I'm thinking to myself is, you're not even as big as Elon. Your speech may be bigger than Elon's. You're not bigger than Elon. And Elon hasn't even dared to say, I'm going to go beyond Mars. He said, I'm going to go to Mars. And even then he gave himself 20 years. And this brother wants to like blink and do it today, right? But it's good. It's good. I like hungry people. I like hunger, right? Hungry people who want to grow, who want to do things is great. But delusional hungry people, oh, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anywhere. And you know me, I'm all about discipline, right? Control and discipline. And I saw zero control. I saw zero discipline. All I saw was want. And you know what that relates to, equals to? Greed. So my videos are there. I mean, this video they can see. They even took my channel name as well. They can see it. It's not a problem, right? But I think I've kind of laid it out there. I am what I am. You either like me or you hate me. I'm straight up to your face. I don't give a damn, right? The reason is because of my ego that I have, right? You know, I'm not here making false promises. I'm not here dreaming about conquering, you know, the universe, right? Being there, done that, seen the legal side of things, seen the illegal side of things, seen the decentralized side of things, seen the centralized side of things. Yeah, I'm working with crypto. I don't just own crypto. I just don't trade crypto. I just don't teach crypto. I also build crypto. So when you're talking to a person like myself, who's been pretty much on every corner of crypto, knows everything about crypto, that is, like, I wouldn't say everything. I think there's a lot more for me to learn, but I know enough. I know enough to take the move, go out there and do it, build it, right? And I've mentioned it many times on my videos. I haven't done it first time. I haven't built a crypto first time, you know, but I've got a heart, right? So that's what it is. So, you know, let's see where it goes anyway. Let's see where it goes. I didn't feel that positive energy. You know what I mean? It's that energy. I didn't feel it. So I hope this kind of makes sense, like what's going on. But I'll see where it goes. Like, end of the day, as I said, if it seems to be a good project, and if I think there's some value, all right? There's no dream. Remember, I don't FOMO. I don't FUD. So if I see that somebody's trying to sell me a dream, forget it. I ain't in it, right? But if I see it's a legit currency, if I see it's a legit project, if I see it's doable, right, it's possible, I'm going to tell everyone about it, right? We're going to tell everyone about it, and we're going to front run everyone. That's what we're going to do. We're going to front run everyone. I was speaking to the boys yesterday, and I mean, they were talking, and we were talking until 2 a.m. 2 a.m. I think I went home at 2 a.m. We were talking until around 1 a.m. But like, one of the brothers confused. Because I turned around and I said to him, I said, I don't want money. If I'm working in this project, I don't want your money, number one. I don't want any crypto. I don't want your crypto, full stop. Because the only thing I'm interested in BTC, and you can't afford to pay me BTC, forget that. I'm not interested in any of this. For me, it's just going to be another game. For me, it's just going to be a bit of fun. A bit of experience, that's all it is. I'll happily give you all the knowledge that I have for free. Free. I don't want anything to do with the project. I will buy that project. If I believe the project, I will buy that project. Because you guys are probably trying to buy, hold, and do whatnot and make money out of that. I don't have to. I can buy 10% of what you buy, or what you get for free. I can trade that and make 100% out of it. If I'm confident in the coin, if I believe in the coin, I'll make more money than you can imagine. Right? So I just left it there, you know. I said, look, guys, I'm not interested in any shit coins. I call them all scam coins openly, right? That's what I call them, all scam coins. Everything's a scam for me, right? Every altcoin that ever comes out, everyone's trying to solve problems. Oh, I'm trying to solve this problem. I'm trying to replace this. I'm trying to replace that. Everyone's trying to solve problems. Been there, done that, trust me. And I can tell you one thing, yeah. there's 10,000 coins solving 10,000 problems. Currently, I think there's 10,190 something. But the point is, everyone's trying to solve a problem. Ultimately, the problem will always exist, and nobody can actually solve all of the problems. There's only one coin that solves pretty much all the problems. Bitcoin does, right? Pretty much Bitcoin does. Store of value, you can use it as a payment. What else do you want, right? It's trusted by everybody, right? It's the king, right? Everything else, all the other shit coins, don't know what they are, right? You know, they promise promises. So I don't know. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I won't say too much about it. I'm not trying to diss anybody, by the way. So I'm not trying to diss the project or anything. I just think the project is a bit too ambitious, right? As I said, you know, they're not trying to go to Mars. They're not trying to go to, you know, Saturn or anything like this. They're literally trying to go and find the 12th planet, right? You know what I mean? It's just one of those kind of things. Like, okay, you know, let's calm down a little bit. Let's take a step down, you know, because you clearly don't have any idea what you're doing, right? For example, the project I talked about, the company I talked about, I've been on it 3 years, 2-3 years now. I've been talking about it, and my business partner, he knows this, how I want to take this project and eventually make it into a crypto project. So currently it's a real world project. It's a real world active project. It does its thing, it works, everything's working, happy days, right? And we want to take it to the next level, and we want to monetize, not monetize, but tokenize it, right? We want to tokenize it with crypto. So technically, yes, monetize it, because I want a crypto economy. I want a decentralized crypto economy. So that's where I want to take this project, right? 3 years. This guy wants to do it in 3 minutes. It doesn't work like, bro. It doesn't work like that, you know? If you're a dodgy project, of course, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, you'll have a crypto just like that. 5 minutes, happy days. You got a dodgy crypto, happy days. It's easy. But when you're talking about something legit, there's a lot more involved. There's a lot more involved. It's not as simple or as easy as you think it is, right? So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say, basically. You know, a little bit of an update and what's going on, you know, and I'll keep you guys posted, obviously. I mean, for me, it's quite interesting. I mean, you know, here I am just minding my own business, all right? Here I am, I give signals, and, you know, you've got big boys out there, institutions, big multimillionaires, big billionaires, literally using that signal and buying and selling crypto and making millions more. And, you know, I'm doing my own project, years now, right, doing it. It's not a 5-minute thing, you know, because launching the coin is 5 minutes. I can do it in 5 minutes, but getting the usability, getting the team, getting everybody ready, it's a whole different ballgame. It's not as simple as people think it is. So, yeah, I'm just doing that, and I know. I'll tell you what, even if it's a scam coin, if I think it's got value and I can make some money in the beginning, happy days, I'll go and double my money, happy days, and I'm out, right? So let's see. Interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. I mean, being called up to go do a meeting and this and that, and I'm one of those, right? I'll happily go and help people out, but at the same time, I'm always also calculating, I'm also analyzing, right? And as I said, one of the brothers, I didn't really get his energy, so I didn't really understand. I think that's because I was distracted. But I've got to see what he's about. Apparently, he wants to meet up, not next week, the week after. He wants to meet up, so let's hope we meet up and have a nice little conversation and see what's going on. And hope there's no jokers there, because yeah, I mean, some people were just trying too hard. Some people were just being too desperate, in my opinion, and that's who I call jokers, basically. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. I don't care if you're a billionaire. I don't want your money. I don't care if you're a guy living under a bloody bridge. I don't care if you're living in boxes. I don't care. To me, you're all the same, right? You're no better than me, and you're no worse than me. So I'm just going to leave it on that note, right? I hope the charts were helpful for you. I actually recorded the charts about 30 minutes before I recorded this segment while I was coming out, getting ready. So I hope you find it helpful. But remember what I said, the trend line, upper trend line, that's what you need to follow. Every buy order should be on the trend line itself, not anywhere else, because if you do put it above, you might actually end up messing yourselves up, because every time we go right now moving from support into resistance, we're non-stop going to see massive resistance. We're going to see massive retaliation. So just be careful. Every time it goes to a specific Fibonacci line or a resistance line, expect it to basically be rejected. Don't expect it to go up, right? So remember, we always plan to expect the unexpected, and that's how we know we expect that, right? We always observe the opposite of the market. I mentioned it in yesterday's video as well. I said, guys, market looks like it's going up. Don't jump in. Don't jump in, because the market's not going to go up. It's going to come back down again. Done exactly that. There are certain fundamentals in the charts that it has to follow. And remember, I said if you look at, I got so many coin names. It's fine. I can do those. That's not an issue. But honestly, right now, it doesn't matter what price you buy. Everything's a discount. Everything's a discount. If you're trading, of course, the signals, you can use those as a trading signal, right? But the market has to go above the 1.85 trillion, and then 2 trillion. And we will see those numbers. Trust me, when we hit the 1.85 trillion, I think we're going to see the BTC at 43. If we hit the 2 trillion, we're going to see the BTC back at 47. Right? That's confluence, that's confirmation. Volume needs to come back in. BTC needs to go above the $1 trillion mark again. All right? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough right now. So tough means it's going to take a little bit of time. That's all it is, nothing else. It's going to take a little bit of time. So hodl. That's all I'm going to say, hodl. Because magic's about to begin. And so far, again, looking on chain, the amount of money I'm seeing entering the market isn't being used, right? So the equivalent amount isn't being used. So remember, I'm tracking the USDT, the BUSD, the HUSD, all of those guys, the USDT, Paxos as well, right? DAI, we're tracking all of those. And what we see is the money going in isn't the same money being bought out into BTC and whatnot, right? So it's still in the exchanges. They probably bought coins and they're still in exchanges, but the point is they haven't exited, and we know the market becomes bullish when they exit. They haven't exited, they've entered, they haven't exited. Also, if you look at the Ethereum and BTC, right, if you looked at the chart, what I did at the beginning, you would have noticed that the volume is just so low. Every day is dropping. It's going to drop down to a certain level where panic and everything, like BTC is probably going to drop down to about $20 billion per day. That's when we're going to see the reversal, right? That's when we're going to see the reversal. So I know a lot of people haven't asked me this question. Are we still in altcoin season? Well, my friends, as long as BTC stays below 50, we are still in altcoin season. And right now, 40% of the total market dominance is in the altcoin. So yes, we are still in the altcoin season. Of course, BTC being the king, it drags everything down, right? It takes a little bit of a movement, everything goes down, goes up, everything goes up. It is the king, but the money is flowing into the altcoins. 40% of total dominance is flowing into the altcoins. So it's there, it's creeping in. Trust me, it's creeping in. I mean, those are the good old days, right? Where you could put $100 in and buy a whole ton of coins, like some shit coin. Again, I would highly recommend to anybody, and this is no financial advice, right? I'll highly recommend that if you are going to be looking into shit coins, try and stay to the top 100. Obviously, I always say top 10 is the king. You can't mess with the top 10. Top 20 if you're a little bit more experimental, and if you really want to monetize on this, top 100. Stick to the top 100. Do not, right? Top 50, I would say, right? But top 100, yeah. Because these are where you're going to get your bargain coins. You buy, you hodl, you chill, right? You buy, you hodl, you chill. A brother asked me yesterday. He made some profits on. He just done a spot buy, and I'm about to meet him in the evening. So yeah, he bought some Ethereum. He bought some Cardano, I believe, right? It made a nice decent amount of percentage on all of them, right? Spot trade. So he just bought it and he just held it and he climbed it up, made a decent amount of money. So he says to me, what shall I do? Exactly as I always say, take your initial investment out. I hope the brother took the initial investment out when I told him to, because right now the market is lower. he can re-enter the market now and actually pick up more coins than he had before, right? So all you do, you take your initial out, leave your profits, sorted. You're going to accumulate more, you're going to get more and more coin. I know a lot of people, even though we had the market crash, are actually in profit. Monetary value wise, they may be down, up or down a couple of hundred, or maybe a couple of thousand, right? So I'm talking about some of the boys here. I know they're down probably a couple of £1,000, a couple of $1,000, whatever. Some guys even more. But the point is they're kind of close to break even. So the 55% didn't even affect them, right? Let's put it in another percentage form. Market goes down 55%. They're probably down 5%. Do you know what I mean, right? So that's how we play the game, right? Market doesn't bother. We let the market do what the market wants, right? Because market has to do its thing. You can't control the market. You can't ask the market to always give you handouts. Sometimes the market will take, and you got to give to the market. But if you're prepared for when the market's going to take from you, you're not losing out. You're actually going to benefit when the market takes, right? So that's what's been going on. I'm not going to do anything else today. I hope this video was informative. I hope you enjoyed the bonus content. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on another one. Adios, amigos.